Hello, and welcome to this How to Play video for Pocket Ops by Brandon Barron, published by Grand Gamers Guild. In this two-player battle of wits, you play as rival spy masters trying to gain control of the evil facility where the Doomsday device is being built. The game is played in rounds, best 2 out of 3. The first time you win, you take the Doomsday device, and the second time you win, you take a power gem, and you can assemble the device, and you've won the game. The object of Pocket Ops is the same as tic-tac-toe, where you're trying to get 3 in a row any direction in the facility. However, in Pocket Ops, each player has a deck of prediction cards, and before you can place in the facility and stay in that location, your opponent will make a guess for where you're going to go using this set of prediction cards with letters corresponding to all the spaces in the grid. So before blue places, red would make a prediction for where they think they might place. Select that card, place it face down secretly, and then blue places in the facility. After that, red reveals their card, and if these match, blue's move is taken back. If blue had gone to G, for example, and E was revealed, blue would stay in that place, and red would take this card back to be able to use it in future prediction rounds. Each player is equipped with 7 spy tokens, and each player also will have a single specialist in each round. These are the specialists here. They have extra abilities that make the placing and prediction more challenging. To select the single specialist that you'll use in a single round of Pocket Ops, you'll mix up your specialists and place them face down on the table. Then you will secretly draw 2 and look at them and choose one of them to keep and put the other one back in the pile. The one that you keep, you'll place face down in front of you, and you'll get rid of all the others, put them aside, and they could potentially be used in a future round. And then you'll wait until your opponent has also placed a token face down for their specialist, and then the two of you will simultaneously reveal what specialist you'll be using for that round. So there will be knowledge of which specialist your opponent has as you're making your predictions for where they will place in the grid. The specialists used in this round will not be added back to their players' piles for subsequent rounds, whether they're used or not used. Now each player adds all of their spies to the pool of units they can use for this round. And the last thing that needs to be done before the game can begin is to decide who's going to go first. In Pocket Ops, going first is both an advantage and disadvantage, so it's best to select who will go first randomly. A good way to do that is to take a token of each color, shake them up, and drop one. So red will be going first in this round. The first player token shows the rules for the first player. This symbol means that the first player is first to place into the grid, and this symbol means that the first player loses in a draw. Note that the pattern on the token doesn't make any difference to the way the draw happens. It just simply represents a draw. So the first player token is placed in front of the first player for the entire round. It stays there. In round 2, it passes to the person who was the second player in the first round. Since red will be placing first, blue will be predicting first. So blue looks through its deck of cards and decides which location it would like to guess, secretly placing the card down. Once the card has been placed down, red can place their token. Now each time you place a token in Pocket Ops, you're deciding whether or not you would like to place a regular spy or use your specialist for its special ability. Likewise, when you're predicting where your opponent will go, you're simply predicting the location that they're going to place into. If they choose to place a generic spy and you reveal, and it's correct, the spy goes back into their supply. But if they had placed their specialist, the specialist would be removed from the game and its special ability would never fire. To avoid telegraphing which piece you're thinking about using, it can be a good idea to place all of your pieces face down, kind of mix them up, so that you're the only one with knowledge of where your specialist token is. Just keep that secret to yourself so you're not tempted to touch the next one that you're going to use and give a hint to your opponent that you already have decided to place a spy. Specialists cannot affect other specialists that have already been placed into the board. So every specialist has that special ability that it will hold its position and cannot be moved with another specialist. So for example, if the board were like this, blue could not win by placing here. They can't place, the assassin can't place over the pusher. Similarly, let's say red had an opportunity to win here, but blue had already used their assassin there. Red can't push along this line because the assassin would need to be displaced. Red could only push, say, this direction. One last thing to note is that the predictor always takes back their prediction card and adds it to their hand for future prediction rounds, whether they were correct in their prediction or not. The next video contains a detailed description of all the specialist abilities, along with some subtle hints on how to use each of them to their greatest effect. Thanks for watching, and good luck in your next Pocket Ops Face-Off.